That's interesting. Hello, back again. This is going to be showing up as like two different videos, but playing Chibi Robo, I did that for an hour, and now I'm going to do a little bit of game development, or some kind of development. Ubernova X says, can you play a cave story sometime? I could. It's a good game. I think this is live. It should be showing up. It's a fun game, you know, very, very well made and stuff. But on the flip side of things, so many people have played it, and there's so many YouTubes and things, YouTube videos on Cave Story out there. It's like, you know, it's kind of hard to get. I couldn't really add too much of anything. It would just be like, well, I guess I could, but I don't know. It's something to consider. I have to think about it. So something I don't like so much of YouTube Live is that there's not really any delineation between streaming and like pausing a stream and stopping a stream. So like I can't intentionally pause a stream and say, okay, hold on, you know, give me a couple seconds to change some settings. Well, I guess I can't do that. It has to be a different stream on YouTube's end. So I guess if it's the same stream, if you stop streaming and it's the same information and you start again, it's just paused. But if you stop streaming and then change the information, then it's an entirely different stream. I guess that's how it's delineated. I have to look at the help, I guess. Anyway, okay. Let me get some music real quick. Open that with VLC. Over here, please. There we go. We want to loop it. Okay. Alright, so Gearing is coming along pretty well. People are interested in it, understandably. I'm working on fixing the monkey enemy. He was basically his node pathfinding isn't working correctly. So I guess I can show that here. I was thinking about showing something else, but yeah, I'll go ahead and show that. Hopefully. Won't be too hard. I know that it's like eating a lot of my memory to do all this, but it should be okay. So let me go ahead and export. So these nodes, these diamonds, are basically nodes that are used to determine the map for an enemy, like where they can move, how they move, etc. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, it seems like the node map isn't like correctly calculating or something. I have to look into it. Okay, let's see. Oh, there it goes. Now it's kind of working. Whoops. Kind of. Oh, they must be set to ghost. Okay, that's why they can go through. Alright. Alright, so the nature of the problem is... okay. Alright, I don't know why it gave me a little pop-up. I don't need to know which things are going on. Alright. So this is not bad. This is there's basically a link missing here between this section of the node map and this section of the node map. There's a link missing here. Let's go ahead and edit this. Move this over here. Move. Well, we don't need that. You don't need this node up here. You really need a node over here more so. Let's see. So what I'm doing is I'm checking to see the distance between each node. So this is the node that I have, and I'm moving it to another node's position, and I can see down here it says 2.8284. That's the total distance between its original position and its new position, or basically the distance between this node and that node. I think there's actually an add-on that like shows the distance between objects. I should probably have enabled. That would be useful. Alright, let's try that. Will this automatically reload? Yes, it will. It seems like it will. There it goes. Alright, let's see how this goes now. That's better. Yeah, really, they're ghost, and they really don't need to be ghost. They're just phasing through stuff willy-nilly. Also, this enemy spawner, before I forget, always spawn, that's right. So this needs to always spawn an enemy. So, and spawn, so if you haven't, wait a second. Either the spawn isn't alive, it isn't valid, or it's not alive. Let me see. I do this so confusingly. I don't know why I didn't. Let's see. Why I didn't do this more logically. Enemy hasn't been spawned in this section, or what? Enemy hasn't necessarily been spawned. Okay, whatever. Otherwise, if they haven't spawned and they have been successfully defeated, then we restart the timer. If the time ticks down, then we go ahead and say it's okay to spawn the enemy in the room. So really, we want to spawn them regardless of time left. We want to spawn them if either the timer ticks down or props.contains key spawn, always spawn. Yeah. Let's go back over here. Let's make a map down here for the monkey once he gets down here. I probably should just remove the limit on the distance because it's getting me into trouble, kind of. Yeah, it's not really working. Yeah, let me remove the distance limit because that's just not really working for me. Let's see, node map. Where's the neighbors part? Here. Yeah, max dist. Let's get rid of that because it's just not. Well, let's make the maximum distance 5 instead. What this does, max dist, is it basically says, okay, the maximum distance between each node can be a certain number. So, like for example, from here to here is 3, from here to here is 3, etc., etc. But from here to here is 5. So there's just no way that this would be a neighbor. These would be neighbors if the distance was 3. I need this to be a neighbor here, and I need them to be separated like that rather than having one in the middle because he needs to jump across. He can't like jump to this node. He has to jump to that node. He has to jump there. So I'm setting the maximum distance to be 5 because I think that's the distance between these two. It's just over by a bit. We'll say 5.1. Alright, let's try it. Alvaro S says hello. Hello, Alvaro. And Tony Powell is frothing at the mouth for Gearand devlogs. Let's see. See, but this is what I kind of didn't want, is nodes to be just like all over the place. Okay. There's a couple things I need to do then. Firstly, I don't even know why he's jumping. There's literally no reason to jump. Firstly, we want to Let's see if I can do this. Array blocking properties. I don't remember. Does this do raycast or no? Okay, yeah, okay, only if the array blocking properties is greater than nothing. Okay. Array blocking properties dot equals. Yeah, okay. Equals a new string. We'll say solid. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I did. All right. Let's see. The shy guy. Maybe it'd be easier to manually link neighbors for some nodes. Yeah, that would be easier. I could do that. Foot says the distance thing looks hacky. Can you not have the map tiles linked to each other explicitly? I can, but I could. I just haven't really had to do it ever. Let me see. Currently, I have it so that they cast rays between each other to determine if they are, if there is a clear line of shot between them. So, like, all the nodes are connected. Well, were connected previously. They probably shouldn't, won't be at this point. Let me see, because I added a property to determine. Yeah, now they're. If you can't like go through, like these nodes aren't connected because it's basically hitting the corner there. These nodes aren't connected. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, these nodes aren't connected, etc., etc. So that's working okay. They're ghost. I have to go back and change that. I don't know why it's why I keep not making them ghosts. Or keeping them as ghosts. So for perhaps if you don't know, ghost is basically just a term used in Blender and BDX to determine or refer to objects as being intangible, in a sense. So they still can be detected, like collisions can be detected, but if they're ghosts, they don't like stop if they hit something. They just smooth go through as though it doesn't exist. I'm sure I made them ghost for a reason, but I don't quite remember why. So let's see how that behaves. Yeah, now he bumps his head. Now the monkey for some reason is like jumping up there. I have a pretty good idea of why, and that's because it thinks it has to jump because we'll see. It thinks it has to jump for some reason. Let's see. Why does it think it has to jump? So if it's not holding a key, if the path, okay, state equals chase. All right, so chase is this state here. If it's on ground, okay, so jump. If chase, if current position is greater than or. Okay, so this is basically where he's jumping. So the current logic I have is basically if you get close to a monkey, he'll jump. That's unnecessary, I think. Also, if path current position.z is greater than position.z plus 0.5. If state. Chase state equals random state equals escape. Okay, I guess that's a holdover from old code I had, because there's no reason to have this state string there. Because all it does is either chase a key card or chase you. Or I'm sorry, chase a key card or chase a node. A random node, more or less. So yeah, it doesn't really need to do this. State equals. Of course it's gonna be chase. Let's see. Well, they're fun. All right, let's see. Let's see if they eventually get up on top of the rock. Yeah, I don't think they're ever going to actually get on top of the rock. On top of the center boulder. Oh, I made them ghost so they could pass through each other. Okay, that's why I made them ghost. Oh, okay. Well, they can do it. So I have to tweak this a little bit. Yeah, your ideas of basically tying the tiles or the nodes together manually basically is a good idea. There's not really an easy way to do this in Blender, unfortunately. I can refer to them basically by name. I can parent them. I can give them all a specific property. That could work. Yeah, this doesn't need to be here. This doesn't need to be here because you can't get up there from here. This connects. Yeah, but see, like, yeah, I guess what I could do, I'm trying to think of an easy way to do this. Let's move this over here. This can go. Yeah, I guess we don't really need a distance thing. Well, that keeps them from. Let's see, am I making a node map from only the nodes that are in, like, play? Let's see. Okay, yeah, only the ones that are in the room. Yeah, I don't really need a distance. Oops, Python mind coming through. Let's see. Let's export that. So, oh yeah, there's no reason to have them right on the edge of things either. Now the thing about this is I never programmed this mechanic or this logic to work with like one-way platforms where basically you can go up to here, but if you want to get down, you can't go back down there. Or did I? Now I don't remember. I think I might have done one-way platforms, like one-ways. Man, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like I might have. I might have. Because I think I had another project, like a test that had one-way platforms. Let me see. I feel like I did it, but I'm not 100% on that. I gotta move my mic a little bit further back. Okay, that's better. Alright, that should help. Let's see. So now none of this is on the edge. Should be able to traverse pretty easily. Let's see. Why is he having so much trouble? He's having so much trouble getting into this one node. He's just like, it's not satisfactory. Like, he's just like, okay, he finally like just barely hit it. All right, I think I need to determine. I need to make him a little more easygoing on exactly like how close is close enough. Let me see. So where's the thing that says like go to the next path? Path dot, let's see, path dot. Okay, here we go. The margins, yeah, let's give them a little bit more of a margin. Diff x is less than margins dot x. Diff y is less than margin dot y. Diff z is Let's do abs on this. Yeah. Oh, I'm doing that already. Okay, so we'll just do it like this. Yeah, we'll do it like that. We want to make sure that, in case somebody provides a stupid, a stupid value, it doesn't stop working. In case I forget or do something I shouldn't do. Let me see. All right, let's see if that helps a little bit. So as long as they're... Oh, yeah, no, wait a second. That's not right at all. Why did I give it... Okay, let's try that. It's still a little odd. Let's see. Still, like, not quite working exactly how I want it to work. Okay, that should be a little better. Yeah, it's just like they're like getting it like right, almost right, exactly close enough, but it's not triggering. Like here, the difference is like tiny, but it's not. Diff.x is less than m.x. Diff.y is less than m.y. Diff.z is less than m.z. Diff xyz. Diff equals position dot minus. This is not quite right. Let's be a little helpful to ourselves. Yeah, this guy, like that, like they're moving back and forth. 0 point, okay. Okay, true, false, true. Alright, I'm gonna take one of these out just so I can make sure that it's, because what I'm seeing isn't quite correlating with what I think I should be seeing. Let's see. All right. Oh, whoops. That closed Blender. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, I think the issue is basically if path.at step position path.next. If path what the heck? If you're not holding a key card, then look through all key cards, and if it's usable and it's in your room, then yeah, there's a key card. Otherwise, there's a key card? Why'd I do this? This does not make any sense. There's not a key card. You look through and say, okay, am I holding the key card? I'm not holding the key card. So if you're not holding the key card, if you are holding a key card, then there is a key card. All right, no, I'm gonna delete that. Let me see what happens. Let's see. I might have to rewrite this logic because it's kind of hairy. Yeah, I think it's going to the next path, the next node in the path, but for some reason the path is like recalculating using the same node, possibly. Let's see. I think what I need to do. Chase. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to rewrite this logic to be a little more logical. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that real quick. Should be pretty straightforward, I think. Because it's just like, this is not working whatsoever the way that I think it should be. Don't need that. Active state. Where did I even have active state? I don't need that. Alright, so we don't need the path here. We don't need the recalculate path here. I don't think. Not yet, at least. We don't need that. Was it using that? Popping up? No? What? Okay, that's strange. Jump timer. Recalculate timer. Okay, we don't need recalculate timer. Alright. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Really, I don't even need a state machine for this logic, because it's only going to do one thing. No, there's going to be two. There's going to be two behaviors, I guess: chasing a key card and running from the player. Okay, so we're going to need a component, game object, that will be called AI. Oh, I can't do that. Do this like this. And so we're gonna add that to the components list. Yeah, I last wrote this code. Whoops, more Python spilling out. I last wrote this code a long time ago, so like it's kind of understandable exactly like why I'm having so much, why this was not working previously. This should be pretty straightforward now, I think. We don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need this. Okay. So this is going to have two states, where it's chasing a key card, and a state where it's running from the player. or we'll just say hopping, where it's just moving around randomly, and a state where it's chasing either a key card or the player. See, if the player has the key card, the monkeys will chase him. If the monkey has the key card, then it will just escape and move to the furthest node on the node map, if possible. So chase, escape is basically just a backwards chase. We'll have an escape case as well, state as well. Okay. Tony Powell, I know BDX works with Java, but will it work with C# as well? No. It's written for Java. It's the code is Java. It's a Java-based game engine. The best you could do is basically rewrite the API side of things in C#. But then libgdx isn't available in C#, so you'd have to move the bindings from libgdx to like monogame. That's probably the closest analog to libgdx for C#, I would think. So that's the best you could come up with. Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Goran would be interested in doing that because, you know, if there's a significant reason to, I could see him doing it. Like, or I could see us all doing it. Maybe if, like, I don't know, it was a massive speed increase and it supported more platforms and stuff like that. I know that the Switch, like, people have been using, like, I've seen developers who had C++ engines that I believe ran on the Nintendo Switch. So I would be interested in basically having access to BDX and, you know, being able to deploy my game on the Nintendo Switch. That'd be great. C#, I don't remember. I think monogame does support Nintendo Switch. I think I'm pretty sure I read that a couple of months ago. Yeah, I read that. So C# and monogame seem to be supported by the Nintendo Switch. So, you know, I don't know if, but I mean, considering most people don't even finish a title, there's not really a huge reason to move an entire engine and its code base from one framework over to another language and framework. It would be basically a rewrite. There's not really a reason to do a rewrite. So I think it's set the way it is, although I'm not sure if there's no precedent. We're gonna leave that there. I'm not sure if there's no precedent for doing this in monogame, or I'm sorry, I'm not sure if there's any precedent for libgdx working on a Nintendo Switch. I don't know. It's possible that it does, in which case I don't really care to move the engine. I'm pretty interested in the Switch. It looks like an interesting console, and I'd love to develop for it. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna create a boolean that's free keycard exists equals false. We say for keycard k in syscon.keycards, if k.current or room identifier.2d.current room is equal to room identifier 2d.current room, if k.room identifier current room is not equal to null, and okay, if k.usable k.parent is equal to null, that might be it. What did I say before? Yeah, okay, that was about it. So then free keycard exists equals true. Now actually we want to probably target that particular thing. So let's make a game object reference and call this target, which I think, do we have a target reference already? I thought maybe I had one already. No, I don't. Okay. So then the target would be the free keycard. Okay. And we can break out of this loop. So if a free keycard exists, then we want to set this state to be chase. Otherwise, if syscon.player holding key card is not equal to null, then we want to set the state to be chased, but also set the target to be the player. And then otherwise, we want to just set the state to be hopping, I guess. If holding keycard is not equal to null, if you're holding a keycard, then you want to escape. If you're not holding one, but one exists, then we want to chase it. If you're not holding one and the player is, then chase him. And if none of these are true, then go ahead and just hop. Okay, so that's the kind of idea behind our state machine. So we'll see if that actually works. So let's see. Now, when we're chasing a target, either the player or the key card, we want to, let's see, I said that to be can, yeah, okay. Then we want to generate a node map, which, yeah, we do have, okay. And we do make, all right. So we have a node map, and we want to update the neighbors on that node map. If node map dot nodes dot size is equal to 0, then node map dot update to neighbors but we have to add them actually. So for I guess I'll just do game object G in scene.objects. If g.props.contains key node. Let me go back over here so I can see actually if it's like node ID or what exactly the thing I'm looking for is. Let's see. Is that it? Yes. Eagle eye vision. Okay, so pathfinding node doesn't have any node thing. Okay, I guess it's just if their name is pathfinding node. If g.name dot contains pathfinding node. All right. And man, I don't think it has a node identification thing. Pathfinding node. Okay. All right, so it has a room identifier. Okay. So we want to cast this down to a pathfinding node. Node equal pathfinding node G. If node dot room identifier 2D dot current room is not equal to null, and room dot node dot room identifier 2D dot current room is equal to room identifier 2D dot current room. Then we want to add it to the node map, node.position. Okay. And then we want to update the neighbors. So let's see if that works real quick. Nope. Actually, while we're doing this, let me export this data. Alright, so can't find, okay, yeah, we don't do this anymore. Yeah, I don't know if I'm even going to have this in the game. Alright. Okay, so all these nodes are connected. Good, so that's a good start. Now, why are they, like, jittering like that? Because I don't think do I make them jump? Strange. I don't actually make them jump. NovaBot, hello. That's weird. I don't make them jump, so I'm not sure why they're like hopping. Oops, I meant to make this section. We'll just do like that. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're hopping because I don't have any code that makes them hop. Do I? Yeah, they're jittering for some reason. Moving oddly. Let me see. Let's see. Dynamic invisible box. No. No. Oh, okay. It's this ray extra. It might be this ray extra and ground offset. Let's see. There we go. That's much better. Let's see. Yeah, we don't want the ground offset then to be anything. Let's see how that does. Might be a little problematic. Okay. This is getting better. We don't want this. -1. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's a good start. Now we want to raycast these nodes. Options. Node map dot, I guess node map dot options. Options. There's new node map dot options. I did this like this already. Okay, I guess I didn't. I thought for sure I did this before and this was an issue, but I guess not. Oh, okay, it's got to be like that. This new. Wait a second. New node map. New options. Yeah, this notation is just weird to me. Okay. The node list is node map dot nodes, and the options are the options we're providing. Options dot what is it? Ray blocking properties equals new string solid. Okay. All right. So this should basically make us that solid things get in the way. Yep. Okay. So you can't get up through this. Not sure if that's good or bad. Because you can't get up. You can't get up there. That's the kind of the core problem. Is my mouse cursor visible? I don't know if it is. Let me see. Okay, it is. All right. It seems like it is. Yeah, okay, it is. All right, so let's see. NovaBot. Hey, how do you know how to do pixel art in program? Well. What programming language are you using? Java? Yes, I'm using Java. How do you know how to do pixel art and programming? I've been just learning pixel art and programming for the past like 13 years. I've been like solidly, I've been solidly doing stuff for maybe the past 4 years, but I've been like making games and failing, like starting new projects and doing little sprites for like 10, 15 years. 15, 25, something like that, yeah. It's been a long time. So let's see. I mean, but like most of that was very sporadic or not very reliably. So if you're interested in programming or doing pixel art, you know, it probably would only take you a couple of years. It's not, you know, I'm not particularly good, even though I spend a lot of time. I'm not like super good. You see some people on Twitter who are just like super just nice with it. I'm not bad. I'm pretty good. Foot, what do you do for a living? Right now I'm working for this. I'm trying to get this to be finished. This is what I'm trying to do for a living. So we'll see when it's done and on Steam and itch how it does, and if I can actually make a living doing this for a living. So yeah, we need this to like create a node between these, I think. So either I could do it manually. Maybe I should just do it manually. Yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time on this. This isn't really a valid node. Well, I mean, it's just too far more than anything. It's just too far of a jump. That's valid. This isn't really. So we need something here. Like this shouldn't be valid. This needs to be okay. We'll do something like this. The Shy Guy, does your engine support one-way connections? For the node below the platform, you can connect to the platform node and make the connection one-way from the bottom node to the platform. Yeah, no, it doesn't support one-way connections. Currently, if a neighbor exists, it exists. I would have to alter the neighboring system so that it, you know, I can be the neighbor, A can be the neighbor of B, but B can't be the neighbor of A under certain circumstances. That would be wise, but it's just I didn't think it was necessary when I built it. So that's something I need to alter and improve upon. Let's see. Maybe I should just get these guys jumping around. Whoa. Good night. Alright, let's see. Oh man, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Let's see. Okay, so the idea is like he's trying to jump up there and you have to flip the switch. Let's see if the switch works. Okay, it does. So then he like tries to jump up there. And then he would need to like, yeah, I guess it doesn't have to be super accurate. That's fine. But yeah, the distance thing is still necessary, I think. Like these should be connected, but these should be connected and these should be connected, but not like one to the other. Otherwise it'll think that it can get back up and it can't. NovaBot, you should do some programming tutorials to help people learn from you. I have done some programming tutorials in the past. Yeah, I mean, I could do like some tutorials using BDX. That would be good. Maybe that's what I'll do for the next stream on Monday. I'll do a kind of example project in BDX and just because I have like a sprite and I could easily do like some basic example stuff and get it working up and running. You're doing JavaScript on HTML right now. That's pretty good. JavaScript. Well. I mean, you read a lot of stuff on different languages online, so I've read like it's kind of a weird language, but it also seems like, you know, a pretty solid programming language for games, I guess. Kind of simple. I don't know. It's something to think about. All right. So what we're gonna do, since I don't have too much done, I'm just going to press ahead and get these guys hopping around. Okay, so if they're just hopping, let's see, they're escaping the player, they're chasing something, or they're just hopping around. They're escaping the player, they're chasing something, or they're just hopping around. This is too much work for this like one-off character. Like this is the only like area that they appear in. I'm just going to make it so that they can chase something, or they'll just be hopping. There's no reason to have escape. If a free key card exists, chase, otherwise hop. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so the only difference between chase and hopping, like, they're fundamentally the same. Foot says you could add a group property to the path nodes because node distance will be optimal for all cases. It depends on the situation, because if you're doing like a grid-based A-star pathfinding, or I'm sorry, just a grid-based pathfinding, like let's say Pac-Man, the distance would be the same between all the nodes. So like if you were doing Pac-Man where you place a node on every like tile like this, then you would never, each node will always have a neighbor that is, you know, in this case 2 units away. Anything more than that is not a valid path. So that's pretty much why I did it, was just for, you know, situations where you have more even setups. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. That was the idea. But yeah, I can just group these, I guess. Okay, so let's see. How would I do this? Let's see, options. I think ignore tags is actually like, okay, I did have tag searching. Okay, closest node of X tag. Okay. Tags. Oh, so okay. Oh, that's how I so rarely I use this. I wrote this and then completely forgot about it. Okay. I got it. All right. So node map dot get nodes by tag, and then we're gonna get nodes by the tag A. Or no, that's not right. I have to. I want to add all the nodes in the current room, but we say for alright, we're gonna do it like this. Hash map string to string tags, or I guess I just need an array list actually. Tags, new array list string. Okay, so when we do this, we want to say if node dot props dot contains key group. I guess actually tag would be a better thing for this. I'm trying to see if it's going to copy. It does. All right. Let me undo this then. It's not worth all that. I'm just going to go ahead and manually delete these. NovaBot says you look like a pro. Thank you. Thank you very much. Make this a little simpler. Let's take this stuff out. Let's see. So with this tag system that I apparently added and forgot about, yeah, I don't know why it doesn't matter. With this tag system, I thought I apparently created and thought about. I guess one way platforms are possible. I think. Yeah, I think it might actually be possible. Anyway, let's go back and get this done. So if the node contains the property group, then we're going to. Does this actually return the node? Yeah. Okay. We're going to. We'll say node in equals this. Yeah, I need the node class. And we say if it contains group, then in.tags.put group, and then node.props.get group.asString. Okay. Now, when we go and do this setup, we say, let's see. App.get nodes by tag. The tag name, let's see. Why did I do it like that? Okay, let me go back and fix this. Nodes don't need a tag that's a hash map. They just need a list of strings. Tags contains tag name, tags contains t tags. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so we go over here, we say tags.add node that group. Okay, cool. Now we say tags.add node.props.get group.asString. Okay, and then yeah, hold on. Okay, let's see. So we get the nodes by the tag. I'm recording.
Okay, well you can't hear it, Joe. With your earphones. I mean, you can't hear the... I called you.
Hold on. Okay, so let's see. At this stage, we're gonna get this going, and then that'll be the last thing, next to last thing, I think. So, let me switch up the music a little bit. Mama done showed up with the belt. Tony Powell. Mama done showed up with the belt. That's ridiculous. NovaBot. I can't get anything close to you. It's don't even, man. It's not about getting close to people or being good. You know, if you want to make games, that's what's important is just doing it and making it. It's not so much important about being good at programming or knowing everything. Because I'm still learning a ton of stuff. And it's amazing, you know, you learn things, you know, in the time that I've been making games. I've learned a lot, but at the same time, there's still a lot of things I haven't even touched. Like multiplayer, haven't even touched it. Just online multiplayer, haven't even touched it. I should have done like a test project or something. I don't think it's really hard, like that hard to do. I feel like I kind of have a basic idea of how it works, but like I've never really touched online multiplayer. I've never really touched grappling hook physics or swinging physics. Like I think I've actually tried it, but I didn't get anywhere with it. So like it's really like don't even worry about it if you're interested in making games. Like I think, yeah, Res996 says, just gotta keep doing to get the experience, and then solving game dev problems starts feeling like you're making your own Tetris pieces to slot in. Basically, yeah. And it's just a matter of, you know, it's just a matter of kind of determining what you need and making the thing or doing the things that you need to do to get everything together and slick fitted together. Let's see here. I am a little bit wasting time here. Streaming music. Let's see. Let's go with this one. Okay. Get rid of that. All right. So we say if tags.size is greater than 0. Well, actually, we just want to do this. Else. This. Actually, yeah, that's kind of it. So if we, if we are basically using tags in this monkeys area, then we want to get the nodes by a tag and update their neighbors. So for string tag in tags, we want to get nodes by that tag. Okay, let's try that. So hopefully the neighbors, the neighboring system will be all worked out. Let's say should be okay. Child of Air says, I can say that you inspire people a lot about making games. Thank you. That's way really nice. I hope to. Oh, ow! I hope to. I hope that. Uh oh. This thing's just chewing memory. Oh no. Oh man, it might have hard crashed. It might have hard crashed. Let's see. Yeah, I think it. Okay, it's coming back. Hold on. Whew. Yeah, my computer is just eating my CPU and memory for breakfast. This game's getting just too big, I think. Okay, I think it's kind of chilling out. Okay, there we go. Good lord, that was whew. Whew, man, stream just like cut out. Computer was not happy with that. All right. This will probably have to be it. Yeah, that it just like nearly died. It nearly died. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'm kidding. But basically, yeah, I don't think I can continue. My computer is just like it does not like this setup I have. I don't know. I might need more RAM. I might need another 8 gigs of RAM or something. I don't know. 4 gigs, something. 1 gig might be enough. Okay, well, I'll answer questions here. Child of Air, yeah, thank you. It's very nice to hear that I inspire people. I'm not really doing anything inspiring. It's just, you know, I'm hopefully people can make games and keep making stuff. And it's just hopefully, yeah, more people will make games. My tutorials will be useful to people. Yeah. Adrian H. Martinez, did you go to school to learn programming? No, Never went to any school to learn programming. I used GameMaker language. I used Python with the Blender game engine. I'm using Java now. Yeah, and I use Python actually for another project. I'm gonna show that real quick. The little 2D thing I was working on. But yeah, learning languages is like you learn one and you basically learning others aren't hard at all. Functional programming is way different, so it's harder to learn. Well, I wouldn't say harder to learn, but it's something else to learn entirely. Like Java, Python, Lua, C, C++, C#, like they all have kind of the same base of concepts, but functional programming is like a different thing altogether. So that's something that you have to kind of like pick up. Like I haven't done functional programming because it's just completely different. But yeah, if you are interested in learning, game development, or rather programming, feel free. It's totally, something anyone I feel like can learn. Anyone can learn a program as long as they're just stubborn and just want to keep doing it until they get it. Whiskey Dog, hello, how are you feeling? Okay, so I'm basically wrapping up, but this is essentially a little Python engine that I was working on, or I am working on, for 2D games, and it's using Piglet, or Pyglet, whichever, and PyMonk, which is a Python port of Chipmunk for physics. So the concept is a little interesting. Basically, you create a game, which is, the core stuff I'm doing is not too complex. I'm making a display, which is just something that wraps a window, a Piglet window that just has a couple more like numbers and things, and basically redirecting some input stuff and calling a draw function. But the idea behind this is that basically it's kind of like BDX but for Python in terms of core functionality. I have loading into a tiled map in and running. Oh, it's locked to 60 FPS. Let me see. Because I have VSync on. Okay, there we go. It's basically the same. I don't know. So anyway, I have loading from a tiled object on. The physics is being stepped correctly. Usually, it seems like it might be a little slow, but I'm not sure. Pressing R does restart the game. Usually, it seems like somehow it broke. Usually pressing R restarts the game fine. Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, I pressed E by mistake. E is to end the scene. But basically, this is kind of like Blend BDX, but in Python, in a sense. So like, I have loading in from tiled objects. I have this scene system as well, where basically when you create a scene, you can specify a function used to kind of populate the scene. So that's used to restart scenes, and that's used to create scenes initially. So I'm turning on depth sorting, I'm adding a player and moving him to a specific location. I'm instantiating a tiled map that's loaded in, and it instantiates objects. So the ground here is a object in tiled. I can actually pull that up. Let me see real quick. Hold on. I have it on itch. Here we go. So this is the test map in tiled, and I think it should support hot reloading like naturally. Let me see. Let's see if I can just kind of like do something real quick up here. And give us a new block. Why can't I select, okay, I don't know what that was. There we go. So I save, I press R, yeah, there we go. And yep, there it is, it's solid. And then I can go ahead and edit stuff here. Like if I give it a non-solid property, yeah, if I give it a non-solid property like that, it'll automatically become something I can phase through. So I can still detect collisions with this object, but it's no longer physically stopping my character from moving. Delete that property there, reload. And now I can run into this little wall here. So it's a little slow, not because Pyglit is slow, but because of, I guess, the way I'm doing physics stepping and stuff like that. Usually I'm able to get like close to 1,000 FPS with this. And it's pretty fast actually, in terms of rendering. Which is, I mean, it's just OpenGL, but it's pretty good. I tested it and it was doing like a solid, maybe, it's like, I think I tested it with like 5,000 tiles, and it was doing like roughly 1,000 FPS, something like that. So I don't really envision a problem with FPS when it comes to making this little engine thing. Yeah, so quick iteration. Yeah, Whiskey Dog, exactly. So I've been working on just getting this kind of stuff working. I want to add more functions, more things like the ability to have circles be created into bodies in the game engine using PyMonk, to allow polygons like this to be drawn and created into shapes in PyMonk. Same thing for lines. If PyMonk supports lines, I'm not sure if it does. But once I get that in, that's kind of the basics. Like once that's in there, that's kind of all you really need. Oh, and obviously I have a camera that can be positioned. But yeah, this is kind of like BDX in a sense. Let me see if I have the game object Py. Yeah, so it has some hit detection functions, so you can tell if you hit an object, anything. If you hit an object of a specific name, if you hit an object that has a specific attribute, which in Python, I mean, in BDX there's properties, a properties dictionary, where it's like, oh, it has a property of, you know, whatever, and it's set to whatever. In BDX it's a dictionary. In this, because Python, you can just add a attribute to an object, I just made this attribute function, these attribute functions. Also components, if you hit a component, or hit an object that has a component, or if you hit an object that has a specific type, which really this is just for tiled integration, because this has a type thing here. So you can say, oh, the type is solid, or oh, the type is whatever, and you can add different types here. Solid, non-solid, green, red, whatever, with the different colors. So you can, for example, say, oh, this is a hazard, and so it's red. And so you can go over here and say, oh, let's make the type hazard, and it turns red. And then, oops, and then when you save, you can go ahead and check to see, like, oh, am I touching a hazard object? And if so, then, you know, check to see if it has a property of damage or whatever. I have input here. Input actions, which is similar to the BDX key maps. Yeah. So here in the player code, player.python class, I have it here where it's setting the action to be like jump is the X key or the O key, left and right are the left and right arrow keys. So basically, like in BDX, you can kind of see like, oh, let me go ahead and, you know, map the left movement to left on the keyboard or left on the joystick or whatever. Also, I have an a sprite loader working. It loads in. I believe I had animation working, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it loads things in like the sprite, the, you know, animations, the frames, the tags, all that stuff. So when you pull up an animation, all that stuff loads in automatically, like it does for BDX with my a sprite loader for BDX. Oh, this has a tile now. That's cool. An icon. Whiskey Dog, I see you going for an ECS kind of thing where each game object knows if it's hidden stuff. Kind of like that, yeah. It's kind of just entity component in BDX as well, and that's kind of the same concept here. Just because there's not really a need for a system, and I don't think. So that's just kind of where I'm going with that. I'm not sure if it's going to load. It seems like it's just kind of stopping there for some reason. So yeah, whatever. It's not loading for some reason. Anyway, in Sprite, the latest update added the ability to draw slices on sprites. I'll probably add the ability to create a collision box from that. So you can easily say, oh, here's the collision box for my character, or here's the collision, like the hit box for his melee attack or whatever. And it'll read that when it loads the sprite, it'll read that and also create the boxes on the specific frames if you have it set like that. Which I think they're going to add is the ability to like animate those slices, so you can have like, oh, here's the hitbox on this frame, here's the hitbox on that frame, and so it'll load that in automatically. So lots of cool stuff. Yeah, that's more or less everything I've been working on, and it's going pretty well. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see this and catch this over on my GitHub repository at some point soon. I just wanted to make something simpler in code. Specifically for 2D games, and I think it's working and turning out pretty well. I guess you could say it was inspired by John Blow's like recent, Jai doing stuff in code, kind of making things simpler, and so I made this kind of idea, this tool. Also, I made this class called an ASCII map, which is something that he actually showed in his video, where basically, let me see if I can get main here. It doesn't look like I have it, but basically when you go to define a map, you would basically like write out your map like this. So you can use this directly as a level editor. That's pretty much what he kind of brought out, and the same idea. I just wanted to include it because it's pretty simple and easy. And with your cursor in insert mode, it's easy to like erase and replace tiles and stuff like that. And so that's, yeah, I figure that would be cool. And then you could just loop through the cell, and for each cell in the map, and then go ahead and like spawn I just blanked. For each cell in the map, like spawn a specific object or whatever the case is. So yeah, I'll probably make a function specifically to do that, so that you can say, oh, for each X spawn a wall, for each P spawn a player. ASCII, Ubernova X says, ASCII, isn't that like the Candy Box browser game? I don't know. But yeah, like the old roguelikes, as Whiskey Dog says. A lot of roguelikes, yeah, they had ASCII maps. And so, because this is a relatively easy to represent, it's relatively easy to represent data in this format, it's readable. It looks like kind of like the map. You can use that to kind of create your game scene. So that's kind of the idea, is that you have tiled, you have ASCII maps if you wanted to do something simpler, and you have functions that basically allow you to define like how scenes are made, and that's used to like restart scenes and create scenes and stuff like that. Whew. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. It's going pretty well so far. And I'm trying to make sure that it's all basically encapsulated pretty well, so that basically this is the engine, so to speak, and your player would be here, and it inherits game object, and your sprite, you're setting the sprite here, and you're setting the body. That's the game object automatically has a body, and you're creating it here, or setting its position here, and then update, it gets called every frame. You've got a DT, a delta. But main is really simple. Player is pretty simple. Yeah. So it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Breaking things down into simple little bits and bobs. Alright, well, that's basically it. I've been streaming for like an hour and a half. So, 2.5 hours. whatever. So, thank you very much for watching. Stream quality just dropped. Oh snap, that might be it for me. Yep. Stream quality just dropped out. So I think that's my computer basically saying, restart me, restart me. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLoon, and this has been a fun little, stupid little game dev stream that I've been working on. For anyone who's interested in this little project, it's not up yet, unfortunately, because it's just not ready, because I still need to work on, well, I guess there's really no reason to make this anymore, to drag this out. You got the ability to load a sprite, you got the ability to load tiled, you got input for keyboard. That's enough for a beginning thing. Yeah, okay, sure. So I guess I'll throw this up on GitHub once I make sure that the animations are loading correctly. Once you get animations, sound should be pretty easy. That should be able to be done through Piglet. I haven't done anything with sound yet, so as necessary, I'll like wrap it or whatever. But yeah, if you want to like play animations, you want to import maps, create objects, yeah, you should be able to have the basics. So yeah, I'll throw this up once I get animations working, I guess. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I've been SolarLoon, and this has been a fun little game development stream. Hope you have fun.